Sup guys, XRP charts here with a quick 5-minute XRP chart update. Okay, last night we got the big pump up here. We thought this was going to be the top here. I did say in the previous video we could be looking to see an extra pump up to around this 39 region, and I kind of jumped into that trade a little bit early yesterday when we broke out of that channel, and of course we got the pump up to that region. I watched the video back this morning, and we kind of outlined everything that we thought was going to happen. And the point of invalidation up here was right on the candle close that we said we didn't want to be closing any much higher than that, around that 39.1 mark. So that's where we got. The bulls tried over 12 hours and they couldn't break through. So a lot of traders are respecting that area, as to be expected. Alright, what we've got to try and find now is where this thing is going to retrace for the last leg, if this is indeed a wave 5. We can see here we've actually started to form a channel. Just this, along with a couple other things, this may be the indication of where we get down to, even if we do get this low. Look, there's definitely a lot more strength in the buys than I first anticipated, so there's a pretty good indication that we may not get to these lower targets at this stage. It looks like wave 1 is just getting completed in here now, if this is the case. And yeah, we'll really want to have a look to see how deep this wave 3 retraces, to get a better idea of where we're going to go. So if we quickly have a look on the Bitcoin chart, you can see we got a good pump up there above resistance, and now we've dropped back just below it now. We do have a MABS retracement behind this higher peak here, just up to here. So we're looking at a MABS retracement to around 7772. Now that lines up very nicely with this diagonal support here, coming in around there. I think it also lines up with the 618 as well, so yeah, I mean that's smack on the 618. So we've got a MABS retracement, we've got the diagonal support for the triangle, and also the 618 there, so that looks to be the region there. So when Bitcoin does hit there, I'll likely get back into XRP with that other little bit that I sold at that point, regardless of where we are on the chart. So looking at the BTC, the XRP BTC, looks like we're forming some kind of falling wedge. I've tried to do a count in there, and sure, you can get a few different A, B, C, D, E's in there, but they don't look very nice. So I'm just going to not bother about the Elliott waves on that, but just watch this triangle formation. You can see we've been rejected along this top line. Good chance that we do go back into the MABS retracement area that we already bounced off the top, and get a sort of a deeper entry there, and bounce, looking for a bounce off this this dotted purple line down here. So if we do a quick calculation, if that's around the 4720, and this guy gets down to that 777 mark, if we multiply that out, that only puts us around the 36-cent mark. So it's looking likely at this stage, unless we break down deeper through here, I really can't see Bitcoin going much deeper than that at the moment. Again, if either one of those two falls deeper, then we can get some lower targets, but just based on those two getting from to there, and this one getting down to here, if we multiply those out, we end up with something in this 36 region, which is, sort of a triple bottom, which is fair enough as well. So actually that might, let's have a look there. Okay, so that's been resistance, confirmed support. It may even, it could even bounce off the top of this resistance trend line there. So we've just got to have a look at these things and just keep analyzing as we go. The main thing for now, obviously, is you would definitely on that 4-hour, don't want to be getting a close above that dash line still. We would expect a little retrace here for wave 1. As we know, wave 1s tend to retrace almost 100% some of the time, so expect it to go close up there, and then we really want to see how deep we get on this next drop. So I think with where we sold yesterday at around that 37.9 mark, where are we? we sold somewhere in here. Yeah, look, I'll be happy to. I'm just in a small hedge short at the moment. It's nothing. It's only, I think I'm underwater about um, $60 or something at the moment. It's not too much. So when that gets down to somewhere that's back to where I entered, I'll close that off. And then if it drops a little bit further, I'll look to rebuy that small amount of XRP that I sold. So anyway, guys, that's where we're at. Yeah, just keep an eye on those. Really, on that XRP BTC chart, um, check that for any breakouts. Like I said, because we have tapped that mass retracement box, I'm giving it the green light to go up whenever it wants. Now, whether that goes up due to an XRP USD price rise, or just because Bitcoin's falling and XRP is not falling as much, that remains to be seen. But at the moment, it's looking like our lower targets aren't going to be as in reach as they were a couple of days ago. So let's just keep that in mind. All right, guys, have a good afternoon. Cheers.